Wow.
Wow.
Woo! Did you, just like when you was talking about the sound of the sword, his fist was like the sword. Wow. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae the First, the day portion of Mugen Eclipse.
And it's me, Mr. Twitchy, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse, here with episode 16 of Vinland Saga, Season 2.
Last episode, you guys know, the conversation was long. The post-episode discussion was very long because...
Go look at it.
Yeah, go. Please peep that, because it was a lot of stuff, because I know a lot of people like to just watch people's reactions and stuff, but don't really stay for the discussions. I think you guys should, especially when you see the video being like real long than usual. I think it's worth it at that point. Last episode, we started out from where we left off before. Arnheid, she pulled up to Gardar. He was obviously tied up around the area where the guards were looking out for him. Well, they were supposed to, but yeah, she wanted to pretty much heal his wounds, or like wrap up his wounds and whatnot, and they end up escaping, essentially. So they end up escaping. They was killing. He bit the guy in the goddamn Adam's apple. So that was crazy. Spat it out. They ran away. Snake is heated. He was mad that his men didn't do what they were supposed to do, and then they're on the lookout for Gardar and Arnheid as they escape. Then for the rest of the episode, we went back to Thorfinn and Einar. To our surprise, a very immaculate conversation between the two. They were talking about war and slavery and what they can do, like how can you tackle that problem? What kind of solution can you get out of that? And Thorfinn's lived in both slavery and in war, so pretty good stuff there.
Yeah, I want to say that the phrase is, a wise man learns from other people's mistakes, and a fool doesn't learn from his own mistakes. So it's about growing. It's about becoming better people, humanity, all that jazz. Perfect recap. I don't want to wait any longer. I am so excited to get into this. I know it's just going to be more peakness from Vinland Saga. So with that being said, let's delay no longer, guys, and get into the newest episode of Vinland Saga, episode 16, right about now. She was with him. Of course she knew. See, and this is why you should watch our discussions, because I brought this up especially in our last discussion for the previous episode. This has got to be weighing on her psyche.
Her V8 been killing it, man. That kind of makes me think, like, what if Thorfinn was still that kind of warrior that he was, the savage that he was, and he came across his family again? Actually, we kind of already seen that with Leif when he had when he actually first got to see him again. Mm-hmm. You would think she's really crying and wailing in the studio.
give her some main character roles.
Yeah, I have to look up what she's been doing, or if this is one of her first.
They are so close to freedom. That's what it means to make this decision to help her. Because if they essentially throw their fates in line with Gardar, I don't think that they would then be granted their freedom. Okay, 5 confirmed. Oh!
Wow.
Mm.
And his eyes, too, looked at him like, hey. Probably gonna drop the sword once he dies.
Yep. Oh!
Wow. Wow. Shit, that's what Keto tried to tell Omar.
Wouldn't listen. Oh my god, Einar.
Man.
They're literally going to use the fact that we as viewers, Vante and myself, confuse the two at episode 12 or 13 to distract Snake so Thorfinn can go ahead and take care of Einar, or Gardar. Run, Forrest! Run!
Run, Forrest, run! Run, Forrest!
Whoa! Skverkel is way too good for his own good. Is he under Skverkel's bed?
Wow.
Holy... Is he breathing? What's the medieval equivalent of a blood transfusion?
Right.
He's too fast. I'm going back!
And I don't know why that kind of reminded me when when he had brought that slave inside, like really early in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
He was like all cold and dying.
Thank you, Rufus, for clarifying they are in Denmark. They are not currently in Vinland. So we appreciate that.
Because I really forgot where they were here. But it makes sense because Harold...
They're still speaking Danish.
Yeah, and Harold was also, you know, how he was... his partnership with, or his business with the farm and stuff.
Are we gonna get a fight between Thorfinn and Snake?
Thorfinn, bro, why did it... No, okay, I'm not.
We said this early. Oh my! Did he dismount and run here so that the horse sound wouldn't be available?
And now Arnheid will be seeing potentially...
I'll kill you.
Not the savage Thorfinn, but...
The warrior Thorfinn.
Exactly. So what do you do here, Thorfinn? Try to disarm him and stuff?
This is the first real test of his newfound mentality. Oh no! Oh!
Oh, wow.
This is perfect.
Oh.
That's the question of the day.
I think ultimately he just needs to balance it and do it at the right times, because you can do either one at the wrong time. You can fight at the wrong time and you can be a pacifist at the wrong time as well.
Picking and choosing your battles.
And that's what I fear for this arc. I don't want something horrible to happen where he doesn't save somebody, or if he overdoes something and then it, you know, is like a detriment to him or other people.
He threw a punch.
Okay.
He parried that with the bottom of his foot?
Wow.
You can hear the reverberations of the sword.
That was clean. Whoever did that sounded clean.
You gotta have a blade, man. You can't... I don't think you can beat Snake, like, unarmed.
You're not like your dad. And also, Snake is just... He's... Like you just said, he's different.
Oh my god!
Or are you trying to be like your dad?
Oh my god!
Wow.
Wow!
Did you... Just like when you was talking about the sound of the sword, his fist was like the sword. Wow. See, a sword? Wow. Oh,
look at
my
the way
God.
that he's holding. Oh,
God.
Man!
Oh, like the daggers. Wow. Like the daggers.
It's gonna end here, and I am so upset.
Gonna end, bro. I know it's about that. Oh my God. Come on, man.
No,
Damn.
give me the next week's episode now.
Well, at least we know what we're going into next week, but at least we got to see a little bit too here. So I do like that. Instead of like him just the whole Askeladd, him thinking about that, and then he puts his hands up, and then we end it. At least we've seen a little something. So that was clean. That was clean as hell. He put up his fist, and we heard like a little dagger or like a little sword sound. And then I don't know what the hell is going on with Snake, but like the sound like traveled to his body, or I don't know what the hell that was.
It was like his weapon was attached to his body, and his weapon was telling him to be on his guard, despite the fact that Thorfinn didn't have a weapon in his hand.
And that's kind of similar to going back to when they first fought a little bit, where Thorfinn had dodged him, or actually when he blocked him with the kick, when he was like, oh no, he's kind of serious. Okay, I actually do want to live. So I like little things like that, especially with this series. Damn, this series is just amazing, man.
That makes back-to-back-to-back episodes, Hell's Paradise, Demon Slayer, and now Vinland, that it felt like it was 10 minutes long. That's when you know you're really invested in these series.
Damn, man. That was fire. Okay, folks.
No preview, don't look. Arnheid, you got a great smile. You should do it more.
Damn, that was fire. That was fire. Wow. All I gotta say is that just like what you said earlier, I do appreciate and respect both Thorfinn and Einar. They're so close to freedom, but they're like, nah, we gotta help home grow out too. We gotta help her out. So I rock with that. And the plan was working kind of well until Snake turned around, he unmounted, got off the horse, came on foot here, and here we are right here fighting. The end of this fight, I will assume that either, I don't know how soon Canute and his men are going to pull up, but I can see that happening really soon, since we're about to be on episode 17 next week.
17 next week.
And maybe Skverkel, or something's going to happen where either the fight's going to end in like a no contest, or Thorfinn might actually get the upper hand here, and I don't know, but what's your thoughts on this?
I kind of feel like Snake has to win. And no, it's not just a person with a weapon versus a person without a weapon. That's not my reasoning. But the reasoning is he has to have another conversation with Skverkel about why Skverkel is helping Gardar escape.
Yeah, I get you.
So I feel like Skverkel has to win, because if Thorfinn wins, I feel like the only way that he can win is to knock out Snake. And unless they have that conversation with Skverkel afterwards, after they come back, I feel like logistically it's just not going to work out. But I feel like that conversation between Skverkel and Snake has to happen because why are you doing this, old man? I just had this conversation with you. I was sitting next to your bedside with Gardar underneath you when you were hiding him. So that was crazy. But the point I wanted to make on this episode is we finally got the first real life application of Thorfinn's mentality of being not an aggressor in conflict. So he's not the one that's going to throw the first punch. He's the one that's going to defend those behind him. And with that mentality, you can still fight if it's to protect someone behind you, as long as you don't advance forward and inflict pain or suffering onto another person. Right.
And that's what his dad did. Like, you know, back within episodes was
four.
Within the first 4 episodes.
3 or 4.
Specifically those 2. His dad, he practiced that, and so I think and he balanced it really well. I mean, he left, started a family in Iceland, and he protected them, did what he had to do, and still protected them, even when he had to go into battle against Askeladd and his men. So, if Thorfinn just balances it out and adapts both Askeladd and his father, I think that's going to make him, and that's what I really like about like Askeladd, Thors, and Thorfinn. It's like those 2 being these advisors to him, whether it's just in his mind or whatever the case may be. I just like that he can pick up from both of them, and eventually as he's growing up and, you know, maturing, he can balance that and know when to use either or, and for whichever reason, which in this case he's protecting people, which is essentially the go-to. I think that should be the primary reason, regardless, unless something else crazy happens where he has to protect himself in some kind of way or whatever for other people. So next week is going to be fire, because like you said, the conversation with Spherical and Snake is going to be fire, and then the fight is going to be fire. So it's going to be crazy.
One last point I want to make, I don't really have much else to say on this episode besides this last point, is this fight between Snake and Thorfinn, it is almost identical to Askeladd versus Thors on the boat. Yep. Thors started off without a weapon versus all of those Vikings, and he parried them, he used hand-to-hand combat, he threw them into the ocean, and then finally when he had to fight Askeladd and win that duel, that's when he picked up a blade. So Thorfinn, even though he doesn't have one now, I could see him trying to attempt even the same. Do you remember that move that he did in the bout with Askeladd, to where he went to go grab, Askeladd went to go grab Thorfinn's blade, and Thorfinn let go of it, so then it flew off into the distance? I feel like Thorfinn could try something similar with Snake, because if it's a hand-to-hand combat fight as opposed to a blade versus hands, I feel like he has a more legitimate shot of winning that.
Yeah, for sure. And especially since he used daggers, and daggers are very, I would say, are very similar to like your fist in a way in terms of how you swing and move them. So, you know, that works out like that. But I ain't got nothing else to say. This is fire. Every week is fire with Vinland. I mean, always. But you got anything else before we head out?
I do not, Vontae. You can end us off here.
All right. Well, for all you guys that watch the channel, stay tuned for more Vinland. We got probably around like 2 months left of Vinland, just about. And we have more content on the channel as well. Other anime that we've done: Bleach, Chainsaw Man. Right now, Hell's Paradise, and Demon Slayer, and then we're gonna have more going into the summer, so stay tuned for all that, and I hope you guys all have a good one. So please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next video, and
peace.